welcome. No, I'm just kidding. Tom Her here, back again. Gonna do the recap now of the list. We've got 10 episodes, or 10 issues, as I like to call them, of the list under the belt here. Been chronicling the ongoing collection for a couple months now. So we're going to start this off. I'm going to show you what I've done to organize, and we're going to go through the first section. I've broke it down into 4 sections, so we'll do a 4-part recap, and then in the meantime, if I get any more books, we'll tag them on. So let's take a look here. Top 100 covers of all time. So here's the magazine. Again, this is my reader copy that I mark up, and then I've got my near mint copy. Just got that recently. So 10th anniversary issue of Wizard magazine. For any of you who aren't sure what the list is, it's just from a Wizard magazine. Nothing necessarily official, but they did a big feature with a bunch of stuff. Greatest comics, covers, controversies, and a bunch of other stuff too. Okay, so I've broke it down. It was getting hard after a while to find where all these were, so I broke it down into 4 sections, as we can see. So I'm gonna take a peek through 100 through 76, and got a lot of them. Got a lot of them from this section. So we'll get going here. One some of you may have seen before. Well, I'm not going to say that over and over again. A lot of these you'll have seen before, because this is a recap issue. So I won't say that every single time I pull a book up, but number 100 on the list, Marvel 2-in-1, featuring the Thing. And if you can't tell, that silhouette looks like Batman, or the Shadow. So it's not, it's the Sphinx or something to that effect, but that's why it's on the list, because it was clever. They crossed Batman over without asking for permission, and Ron Wilson. So, cool one, $3 bin. Probably more of a $6 comic, but $3 bin. Okay, number 99, Avengers, number 181, and George Perez, and this many heroes all on the cover. Quite detailed, pretty cool. One of the many Avengers votes, who's gonna make it, who's gonna not. Very cool cover. Red Sonja number 1, one of my personal favorites. This is one of those ones that until you saw it in person, you didn't really get the full effect for how awesome this one was. Number 98 on the list. And this one happens to be in very good shape. Shout out to the Comic Book Locker, Comic Warehouse of Love. Daredevil number 1, first Kevin Smith for Marvel. Awesome image. $3 bin. Number 96 on the list, Thor, Mighty Thor. Number 356, and comedy. Could be hard to pull off, but this one gets the job done. It's another cool one. In person it looks better than in the magazine. The Infamous, I suppose. Number 95 on the list. X-Men number 1. This is one of the 5 covers they did. Just a very awesome image of Magneto. Sort of the Magneto we know from the 90s, I guess. The typical Magneto. Jim Lee. So that's the first page. I've got them all. got them all from the first page completed. You can see I've written it down there. So we'll get into her here. This is where we are missing some here and there. I'm out of order here with a few. Let me just fix this quick before we continue. Okay. So, number 94, Secret Wars, number 1. Mike Zeck. As I've said before, Mike Zeck is coming to town. March 9th and 10th is a Comic-Con in Toronto. So I will be going to that. I don't know if I'll get this one signed or not, I haven't decided, but there are a couple that I'm going to get signed. But that's a very, very popular one. I'm sure people would see this picture and go, oh, that's from a comic, oh. I've seen it on Halloween candy boxes and all that kind of crap, but never actually seen the comic. Pretty cool one here. Number 93 on the list, Ghost Rider 15, Glows in the Dark, Mark Teixeira. He's also going to be at the Comic-Con, and I will probably get him to sign this one. Maybe like right there, you know. Something cool like that. But $3 bin book, so why not get him sign it? You know, if you spend a whole bunch of money on it and you're not planning on getting it CGC'd, then it doesn't really pay off to get it signed because you can't prove that it's signed. So the value isn't necessarily anymore. It's almost a hindrance, but for a $3 book like this, why not? I'm not looking to gain value, but why not get it signed? It's cool. Judge Dredd, number 92. 92 on the list. Judge Dredd number 1. And just this one, the use of the title and the catchphrase and the whole all-encompassing sort of tie-in. Tells the whole story, one shot kind of thing. Pretty cool. That one is number 92 on the list. Brings us to our first homage. It's an homage to number 90 on the list, Uncanny X-Men number 1. Wonder why I don't have it, huh? Because it's, well, I don't know what it's worth, but probably $8,000 or something stupid. So I've got X-Men number 104, which is the same layout, but the new cast, the new X-Men, the ones that we youngins grew up with. Wolverine and Nightcrawler and Colossus and Storm. I'm also going to mention the books I don't have in the spots. So up until now I've had everything but Tomb of Dracula number 32, 1975. Pretty cool, coming through the window, cool angle. So that's the first one I don't have, and then obviously here's the homage. So I don't really have it, but I'm not planning on getting it. So, and then the next one I don't have, another one, Green Lantern number 1. Enough said. Next one, homage, Superman number 1. This was Action Comics number 643. Same image, an homage. Even says right here, in homage to Joe Shuster. There you go. So that's the way we're going with it. Pretty understandable when you think about the cost of some of these books. Okay, so for the Todd McFarlane fan out there, I believe this is your avatar. Maybe not this version. You get the black one, but McFarlane fan. There you go. Number 87 on the list. I guess the first McFarlane cover on the list. One of a few. He's had quite a few very popular ones. Some of my personal favorites are by McFarlane. So just a really cool piece of art, and he's kind of the pioneer of the spidery Spider-Man. So that whole era, pretty cool. And that's number 87 on the list. Number 88 on the list is John Byrne, one of the real great comic book artists. This is a very much a less is more effect here. Snowblind, Alpha Flight, Go Canada. Some days it is like that up here. But in all seriousness, very neat to look at. Okay, we make our way down here. Number 85. Iron Man number 216. Speaks for itself. You want to flip it open and see what's going on here. It doesn't look survivable, which it isn't, but hey, Iron Man's all about that. Another $3 bin. Same with the last one. Actually, this one was a $3 bin too. All these are $3 bin books. So, you know, if it's something that you're looking to do, it is possible. Some of these books are really expensive, but you know, brings us to our next couple here. Get the glare off. 84 and 85 and 83 on the list. Silver Surfer number 4, very famous, and Captain America number 113. I don't remember the. I don't know this. I don't really know this story. Captain America dead. Probably not. Something like that. Some storyline there. But 2 comics I still need. Okay. We're working our way down here. Number 82. An example of sort of the 4th plane, if you want to call it that, when a comic book character knows they're a comic book character, you know. Deadpool is very much like that. This one's kind of like, you know, don't mess with us, even though it's 2 minor characters. Ant-Man, Hawkeye, the effect is there, and probably more effective because they're minor characters, you know. But number 82 on the list. Number 81, Preacher, or Space Origin. I'm not thinking that it's going to be that hard to get, but haven't seen one, so I'll keep my eye out. Won't be too hard to miss. Kind of a nasty one. One I would never think to buy, other than the fact that it's found its way onto this list. Number 80, Avengers 145. This is another one in person. It's a really great cover, very bright colors. Speaks for itself, really. I mean, this was a little bit more expensive, $8, $6 or $8, but really cool. Next one, another homage. Marvel Milestone Edition. I'm sure we've all seen some of these reprints. I guess thank God for them, because you're not going to get these books, man. I'm telling you. Fantastic Four number 1. Not going to get it. So, there it is. An exact reprint. Fantastic Four number 1 from 1961. Number 79, number 78 on the list is Avengers number 4, The Return of Captain America to, I suppose it would be the Bronze Age. I'm probably wrong. It's probably the Return of Silver Age Captain America, I think. That sounds about right, but I don't know. If you know, correct me in the comments, please. But another one I don't have. Expensive one. The next one here. I showed that I had this one. I opened the black bag and got the Tombstone. Cried on the inside because that's ugly. But in looking around, found the actual one. $3 bin. Of course, why not, for one of the most overprinted comics ever. The Death of Superman. So that's a cool cover. I mean, especially when you think of Superman as not being able to be killed. There it is. So I've kept the other one just as an homage to itself. An homage to one that I have anyway, just because it was, you know, one of the most, I don't know, overdone, commercialized, you know, cash grab type things they did in comics. There's a really good documentary my brother actually It's called The Death and Return of Superman. This guy, Max something, the guy who did the movie Chronicle, I believe, talks about it and how they, the Death of Superman was all done. They acted out. It's really funny, really good. Check that out. The Death and Return of Superman. Talks about how it kind of ruined comics in a way. It's kind of sad, but it's true. So that gets us to number 76 and the last one for part 1 of my list recap. It's Captain America Volume 1, number 321, and Mike Zeck, and this is one I will be getting signed. It's one I got for $4 or $5, and just lends itself really well to a signature, I think. You know, right here maybe, or whatever he wants to do, I don't really care, but it's a badass one. So we'll get that. We'll be getting that signed by Mike Zeck next month, a couple weeks, and it's number 76. And yeah, so we've put a dent, obviously, in the first quarter. I should have counted to give you the exact numbers, but maybe 5 or 6 books that I need, with some pretty tough ones on there, but some still attainable books. So that's the first recap, section 1, and we'll be back. Oh. Am I recording still? Oh, I am. Brutal. Said I was gonna learn how to use a camera. That didn't happen. Brutal. That's all I can say. Yeah, so part 1, Forever Tarnished. You could call this an Easter egg filled with crap.